Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors are Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. I really appreciate you joining me today, and regular viewers of the channel will know that we often cover paedophile hunter videos and stories related to convictions of people in power. There's been a lot of cases this week, and we've got another few stories in this episode to get through. The first one is about a teacher from Eton College. Eton is where Prime Minister went to school. It's a very posh private school. They say the teacher touched pupils at nocturnal visits, so at night, when they was alone in Southampton, and he was dismissed from his role at the boys' boarding school near Windsor in Berkshire. Following his arrest, the prosecutor John Price QC said that Mr Mowbray would pay regular visits to the partly clothed boys for his own sexual gratification. He said the defendant would engage in conversation about college matters and would touch and stroke the boys on their arms and through their bed covers, around their upper legs. It continued even though he'd been warned by a colleague, the trial was told. If he was prepared to take these risks, the obvious potential for great harm to his own career and reputation, and continued to do so, even after his colleague had advised him that he should stop. Mr Mowbray admitted 6 counts of making indecent images, which included pseudo-images of pupils by superimposing the faces to naked bodies of children that he'd found potentially online, the jury was told. And the evidence that was heard in court was very disturbing. And in the most recent update, on November the 25th, Matthew Mowbray was found guilty of 6 offences against pupils in his care. The 49-year-old taught geography at the world-famous Berkshire School and was convicted of 8 counts of sexual activity with a child following a trial at Reading Crown Court. They heard in court that he taught at the school for over 20 years and he touched boys inappropriately during late-night visits to their rooms. The court heard that he regularly entered the pupils' rooms, saying that he needed to talk to them about schoolwork, and then he'd sit on their bed, touch them and stroke their arms and legs. The abuse came to light when the victim's friends raised concerns with a housemaster of the boarding school, and during a subsequent investigation, allegations concerning other boys also emerged. It came out during the trial that Mowbray had been warned of his nocturnal visits by a female member of staff at the school, and detectives examined his computer and discovered hundreds of indecent images of children. Police uncovered secretly filmed images of pupils getting undressed in his bedroom, and Mowbray admitted having downloaded the indecent images and put other people's faces that went to his school on them. He denied all counts of sexual activity with children, but he was found guilty after a verdict was reached by a jury. Mark Thompson from the Crown Prosecution Service says that Mowbray's victims described feeling uncomfortable with his nocturnal visits to the rooms. They said there was not overtly sexual acts, but he knew the touching was wrong, and we're at a loss as to know what to do about it. Mowbray's intentions became clear with the discovery of the indecent images on his computer. With this evidence, we was able to convince the jury the manner in which he touched the boys was for his own sexual desire. The headmaster of the school said that he was a skilful and deceitful manipulator after the judge found him guilty of the offences. Simon Henderson, the headmaster at Eton College, paid tribute to the courage and dignity shown by the victims of Matthew Mowbray from Southampton. Mowbray was a father himself, and he admitted all the images that he had downloaded and also putting pupils' faces on them. The headmaster said he was outraged by the way that Mr Mowbray abused his position of trust and betrayed those in his care. I have offered those individuals my unreserved apologies on behalf of the school, and we continue to support them moving forward. This is a very difficult truth for us all, and many colleagues, pupils and parents trusted a man who succeeded in hiding his criminal conduct for over 20 years. He said there was a sense of betrayal, shock and deep regret that the offending was not stopped earlier. Mr Mowbray was believed to be caring and professional housemaster, but we now know that he was a skillful manipulator of both young people and also adults. He made no reaction when the verdict was read out and the jury deliberated for 6 hours and 34 minutes. Presiding was the judge Heather Norton QC, and she said that it was inevitable that he would face a prison sentence. You should prepare yourself for that, she said. 5 prime ministers have been educated at Eton, including Boris Johnson. The Duke of Cambridge and Sussex also studied there. The Detective Constable Catherine Webb said the Child Abuse Investigation Unit spent 18 months on this investigation, making sure that we had a transparent relationship with both the college and the authorities. And in other news, on the 24th of November, a convicted paedophile has admitted abusing 20 children while working as a living au pair, otherwise known as a nanny. Aaron McWilliams abused children and babies that he was employed to look after while staying in family homes in the UK and Europe. The 28-year-old was sentenced to life for his horrific crimes, which were described by the police as every family's worst nightmare. McWilliams, who is serving time in Belmarsh prison for child abuse, was told that he would serve a minimum of 9 years at Woolwich Crown Court today. The predator made videos of himself sexually abusing children aged between 14 months and 14, and detectives now fear there may be further victims yet to come forward. Police said that McWilliams was manipulative, cold, calculating, and very dangerous to children and young people. He was first convicted in 2016 for sexually assaulting a 4-year-old boy. After serving part of his sentence, McWilliams was released and began working with a family a matter of weeks after providing fake references. He sexually abused another 4-year-old boy and was jailed again for 7 years in 2017. During the investigation, a phone was seized and detectives found 2,472 indecent images of children, plus an extensive collection of videos McWilliams had made. The prolific sex offender was interviewed twice in 2018 about material on his phone and made admissions about horrific actions. He admitted to 24 victims that were aged between 4 months and 14, and he identified them during the investigation, and all but one of them were boys. McWilliams admitted a string of 40 sex crimes against children, including 14 counts of inciting a boy under 13 to engage in sex, 8 counts of inciting a boy under 13 to engage in sex, and 7 counts of sexual assault of a boy as well. They also made 3 counts of making indecent images of a boy, 3 counts of sexual assault of a child, 2 counts of rape of a boy under 13, attempted rape of a boy under 13, sexual assault of a girl, and engaging in sexual activity with a boy under 15. DS Adam Gaboose from the Met Police Central East Safeguarding Team said McWilliams was a predatory paedophile who sexually abused a large number of children that he was trusted to care for. It's every family's worst nightmare that a paedophile comes into the home and manages to infiltrate past the protocols that are in place. So it goes to show just how dangerous it really is, and also how careful you have to be when giving anybody that role of looking after your children, because I'm sure that the parents must feel very guilty about, of course, a mistake they couldn't have known about. So I really appreciate you joining me for these 2 stories. Please leave your thoughts in the comments below and I'll get back to as many people as possible. Don't forget to send us your stories online as well. We're available online 24/7. There's always somebody there to listen to your story. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Peace.